Hello and welcome to this, my next and latest chess video. Today is Sunday the 2nd of December 2012 and this video is going to be a bit ambitious to show 3 chess games that I played yesterday. And they're all quick games, blitz matches. 2 are against my favourite chess engine, Numpty Omega variation, or as I call it, Numpty OMG. And 1 was a game I played on the free internet chess server, 5-minute blitz. So I've got a lot of moves to go through, so we'll go through. In the first game I play e4 against Numpty. Numpty plays c6, starting towards the Caro-Can defence. I play d4, Numpty plays d5, which is the Caro-Can defence. And I like to play the advanced variation, so I play e5 here, and Numpty goes ahead and plays bishop to f5. In previous Numpty versions, I've had a lot of success trapping that light squared bishop via g4 and other moves, and the chess engine author Chris Tatham has strengthened the engine to try and prevent this, but actually in this variation I use a different method but still manage to trap the bishop. So if you're watching, Chris, take note please. Anyway, I develop with knight to c3. And here Numpty plays e6, which is putting the bishop outside the pawn chain, and I start with h4 with my plan to try and trap that bishop there. Numpty develops with knight to d7, and here I go, g4, straight away attacking the light squared bishop, which moves to e4, but I can simply play f3 attacking it again, and you can see what's going to happen. It runs away to g6, and I can simply play h5 and trap the bishop. So Numpty plays bishop takes pawn and drops a bishop for a pawn rather, as I recapture with rook takes bishop. Actually trying to win the game from here is not always easy. Numpty has on several occasions beaten me from here. Anyway, Numpty's developed his bishop and I developed my queen, eyeing the h7 square. Numpty attacks in the centre, but I just play rook takes pawn h7, and Numpty plays rook takes rook, and I play queen takes rook, and Numpty has to bring his king across to try and protect the king side from my queen, and I now play f4 to protect the centre. Numpty attacks the base of my pawn chain with c5, and I protect that with bishop to e3. Numpty takes off, c takes d. I play bishop takes d4, Numpty attacks in the centre with f takes e, and I play f takes e back. And Numpty now brings his queen into the game, and from here I don't want to do anything silly. I am a piece up and I just want to swap off pieces, so I bring my queen back to try and encourage a swap of queens. Numpty plays a swap of queens. And Numpty develops, and I castle. Numpty attacks in the centre with his knights. I develop my bishop, and Numpty can take a free pawn here. As I capture the knight on c6 with my bishop, Numpty recaptures with his knight, and I move my bishop to safety. Numpty plays bishop takes knight. I'm not sure if he should do that because he is a piece down. And Numpty starts to bring his king into the game, and I develop my last piece, my knight. Numpty attacks the knight, and I just swap off pieces. And that's what I'm trying to do now, just swap the pieces off. So there we are, swap the rooks off. And now I try and get my king into the game, and hopefully I can just get my extra piece, my bishop, to make the difference in this end game. Hopefully the game's won now, and you will see that it is. Numpty has only a few moves left, and I can bring my king round to mop up the remaining pawns of black and protect my pawns, and I just march my pawns up the board and check with a queen promotion, and that's the end of that game. So that's it. I want to move on to my internet chess game. The next game, I'm just going to flip the view because I'm black in this game and start again. My opponent here plays d4 and I play e6, my favourite response to e4. If my opponent to d4 rather. If my opponent plays e4 next, I will play d5 and go to the French defence, but here my opponent plays a simple e3, very conservative, and often I'll play b6, which I do here, and go towards the English defence that I'm trying to learn. My opponent plays knight to f3, I fianchetto the bishop to b7. White protects the knight with bishop to e2, and I play f5, the typical English defence kingside pawn structure. White castles kingside, and I develop knight to f6. And here white goes against opening principles. He moves his knight on f3 twice, moving it to a nice knight outpost on e5. I just simply develop my bishop to attack that knight. Bishop to d6. And white surprises me again by moving another piece twice in the opening. Bishop to h5 with a check, but I can simply counter that with g6. And white even more surprises me now, playing a sacrifice. Knight takes g6. I'm not sure quite what white saw in this, except for disrupting my kingside structure, but I just go a piece for a pawn up, and white even more surprises me by playing bishop takes pawn g6, because that bishop, although it's given a check to the king now, is in a totally unsafe position, as I can move my king to safety there, king to e7. White hasn't moved any of his other pieces. He can't really develop his pieces very well, and forlornly just tries to attack in the centre with his pawns, because I have now a very good move. Bishop takes pawn h2 with a check. White has to move his king, and I simply bring my queen over to the g8 square, attacking the white bishop, and also putting a threat on the h and g files against the white king. Again, very forlornly, white is just left to attack in the centre with d5. I play queen takes bishop, so I've got another piece up. And now white tries to salvage the position, because his king is in a very poor position, by playing g3, but it isn't enough. I can simply play bishop takes g3 with a discovered attack from my rook, so the white king has to move and moves to g2, and I can simply play bishop to h4 with a discovered attack from my queen, and the white king has to move again, and here the white king moves to h3, and again a very simple move, bishop takes f2 with another discovered check from my rook, and here white resigns, because the only thing white can do now to stop checkmate is play queen to h5, and simply rook takes queen is checkmate. So that was a very quick game in the English defence. I don't think I've ever won such a quick game before in the English defence on the free internet chess server. Right, now I'm going to my last Numpty game, and because of speed I've got to play through this quickly, and you can recognise this. This is the Caro-Kann, but here Numpty has played his queen out. I still go and attack that bishop with a pawn kingside pawn storm, but this does turn out excuse me, quite well for me, in a slightly different fashion to the first game. I've just dropped a pawn there, but I'm castled now, and I build pressure on black's kingside. And here I now have a pawn on f6, which proves to be the decisive factor in the game. As I bring my queen over to the king side, protect my pawns, and Numpty's just dropped his queen, but there it is, the end of the game, queen to g7 checkmate. So that was a different game against Numpty OMG in the Caro-Kann Advanced variation. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these videos. That's all for now, and if you're watching, Chris, I expect you'll be strengthening Numpty OMG for the next version. Okay, thank you.